Hello, everyone. Welcome to what is this? Week three. Week three of Aurora.
Week two.
It's week two still. Okay.
Week two. Last week two match.
Last week two match. Well, welcome to the last week two match. Between the Zer0s and the Gators. I am joined by my good friend FlamboJambo. On the play-by-play cast as well as the awesome Paninii on the prod. So big thanks to them. How we doing tonight, Flambo?
Yeah, hey, I'm ready to cast. I've been playing too much Overwatch today. I'm ready to cast some Overwatch today. So I'm excited for this match because, like you said, last one of week two, and I think both these teams are pretty even, in my opinion, on my personal power ranking scale. We do have Red Cactus ringing for a nickname, who is a really big player for the Zer0s last week. I say in quotes, it was like 2 weeks ago at this point. But we'll definitely see how that changes the game style and gameplay of the Zer0s when facing this Gator gang at full strength.
Yeah, the Gator Gang, obviously you've got like it's like a strong team, right? Because you've got like the Teddy M, Flip Flop, and like Goku, like bunch of like obviously Teddy M and Flip Flop are duo, and they come from the same team, and then Goku's an old guard, and then of course you got Flawless, who's been a standout last year and this year, so it's gonna be good.
Teddy M actually on UW Madison team. But
Oh shoot, yeah, I'm thinking.
yeah.
Thinking of someone else.
Same idea. Just an awesome
Thinking of
guy.
Allegro.
Very fun to play with. Had a very good showing his last 2 seasons here. So yeah, I'm looking at the support lines. I think are going to be the big shows today. I think these are two besides New Guinea Pigs, I think these are the 2 best support lines in the league. I think Wither Typhoon is a very strong support line, and I think Flip Flop Goku is a very strong support line. Again, granted, some of these players like to play the main support more, especially like Typhoon wanted to play more of that Brig, obviously, but we'll go over onto that Baptiste here to start. So, as we are in Subterranean as our first map on the Antarctic.
Yeah. It's we're gonna see the Bastion comp come out from the Zer0s, or not the Zer0s, the Gators. I'm sorry.
Oh,
the
a big wall by Paninii on that Mei isolates a lot, but because there's a Bastion, just tears right through it. And now Nathan in a little bit of trouble. It has to get lamped. Paninii has to go into cryo freeze to stay alive, but Typhoon will be the first one to fall to Flip Flop. Teddy him in the back line as Reaper finds Nathan, and Witherin will soon also fall to Tedium. And that's a almost full team white here for the side of the for the side of the Gators.
Yeah, maybe a bit of that, maybe a bit of like element of surprise there, right? Not really expecting a Bastion to come out and like absolutely getting melted, but now like maybe you're used to it. You're gonna be playing around that turret form cooldown a lot better.
Yeah, we see both teams really wanting to play on this high ground as the shields are committed by both their mantras still. The turret form comes out from etc. Has the speed boost to try to get around this corner, but won't quite find anything. So now Zer0s, after cutting that out, now walking forward, has a big Mei wall isolating as Nathan gets that first pick. Etc. will find Paninii though, and the Ramonster ult from Flawless is pretty big right now, holding that right click to stay alive. They'll find Nathan, they'll find Witherin, they'll find Typhoon, and right now the Gators are looking unstoppable on this brawl comp.
Yeah, looking really clean. Obviously, like, you had to invest the ram out there, so like, sure you have a bit of an ult advantage for the Zer0s coming in here, but I mean, you still have 4 ultimates, or I guess 3.5, and then the Zer0s coming in with 4.
Another big wall by Paninii, but again, once that back piece is there, both windows coming down by Flip Flop and Typhoon. Flip Flop very low, has to use the lamp as the Zer0s will get zoned out further through this, having to play further back. They do have pretty much all their ults except that window. The Bastion ult coming through is beat by Goku in response. The Blizzard is massive by Flip Flop and Goku. Flawless also frozen, will play with his life. Etc. finds Typhoon off the back end, but technically finds Tedium and Etc. last pick by Red Cactus. So the point will flip, but it's at 90% for the side of the Gators.
Press Q challenge difficulty maximum easy. I'm pretty sure we had like 7 ults in total come through. Maybe 6? 6 ultimates? Maybe 7? I don't know. Too many for me to count.
I think 6 sounds correct. As we are heading into what could be the last fight here. Very aggressive dive by Flawless. Will get walled off, but again, the Bastion just melting through that wall. Pushing forward. A big teleport by TeddyM. This could be a big Blossom. He's looking for it. He gets booped. Will he find anything? He finds Red Cactus. And the feed is a little bit late by Witherin. Flawless commits the Ramatra ult. So does Nathan. Technically finds Flawless though. So now it's just Nathan there with that Ramatra ult on point. Looking for TeddyM. But etc. finds Tanakby first. TeddyM's still on this point as well as Guku. And etc. is there as well. Nathan in trouble as he's surrounded by Gators. And Gators will flip this point.
That Bastion's just so much damage. It's just so hard to overcome once you just lose any amount of players because you just can't match it.
Yeah, Tanakby will get the touch here as Sombra, but might die pretty quickly. A big anti onto Flawless. Couldn't maybe get punished here. So dive in by Nathan is getting blown up.
Oh my god.
Quickly dying on on point. Tanakby and Witherin, the last two alive on this point, will quickly fall. They find etc. That's a big opening pick as the window from Flip Flop will come through. They're looking for Typhoon. They'll get him. Tanakby soon to follow, and the Gator gang takes that first point of Subterranean.
Yeah, the Zer0s made it a little bit close, but all in all, very dominant for the Gators there.
Yeah,
honestly,
I
that
think
Bastion Reaper is crazy.
Yeah, I really like the Bastion because I think so. As we head into labs, I think the Bastion is a personal choice for against the Zer0s, since Tanakby is very well known for wanting to play that Mei and has those really big walls all the time. But if you're able to just shred through that wall, Tanakby is not getting a whole lot of value on their main character, right? So this could even just be counterplay by the side of the Gators, knowing who they're playing. But etc. does swap over the Sojourn here, so maybe they're expecting it to not be any more Mei.
Yeah. The Junkrat could be troublesome though. Well, just given the nature of Junkrat, we can see some very interesting things happen. Maybe some spam kills, just picks that you wouldn't normally expect, but
yeah, early high ground control by the side of the Zer0s though, as Tanakby falls pretty low as well as Witherin, so they need to be careful, play a little slow here. Slorb comes out from etc., separating the team even more as Nathan will drop, trying to get picks in these backline, but a big anti on top of Flawless forces him to right click, stay alive, as well as Lamb coming through from Flip Flop. But Witherin is the first one to fall after a nice shot by etc. So now Tanakby also in trouble, playing a little too far aggressive as Guku's in their backline and Flip Flop. Guku and Flip Flop just set each other up so perfectly there, and they find two on their own. Flawless finding two of his own. So this point will go to Gator Gang once again.
You know, I'm not sure if I'm loving this Ana pick by Typhoon. I think it's workable. I just think the BAP is getting so much value for Flip Flop on the other end. Just that AoE healing is just so strong, especially in these kind of hybrid brawl poke comps that we've got going on here. It just feels a little bit better, it looks like.
Witherin, Red Cactus, and Tanakby falling very low early, but the speed from Witherin will bring them up. They're getting very aggressive. Guku with a big boop away. Won't quite find anything as TeddyM spamming in those arrows gets Nathan quite low. Nathan has to be very careful here. Both Ramatras coming up on Annihilation. These are both fight-winning ults, but TeddyM finds Witherin. Nano onto Nathan as they both Ramatras pop the Annihilation. The lamp comes out from Flip Flop, but Red Cactus will find Flawless. Nathan finds Flip Flop as well. So the Zer0s taking this fight, committing the Nano Ramatra ult in order to do so, as Red Cactus will get that final kill on TeddyM on point.
I mean, what, 51%? I mean, you'll take it. You didn't use any ults besides the Ramatra ults, and they had the Zer0s had to invest Nano and Ramatra ults. So, you know, you're trading up an ultimate economy, so you're feeling pretty good. You can come in here with some pretty strong combos. That window overclock is what I'm looking at. So, see what they can do. Drag can force them off high ground.
Early drag by TeddyM separate the Zer0s off this high ground as Red Cactus with one of his own down main. Big anti by Typhoon finds Guku, but TeddyM finds Witherin first. Etc. has this overclock and make it happen. The beat comes out from Guku as well to keep the team nice and healthy. The Zer0s now have to back off. This point is pretty much fully under control right now by Gator Gang. As Tanakby commits the ultimate, the freeze. Flawless will get frozen and anti, but has the lamp to stay alive. As it's still a 4v5 on this point. Guku in the backline trying to find Red Cactus will end up getting him as Flawless finds Wither, and Tedium finding Typhoon as well as just Nathan left, and he'll quickly fall as Gators flip point and have no casualties.
That was really expensive for both sides. I mean, beat Window Dragon for the Gators, Dragon, Blizzard for the Zer0s. Oh man, that was really scrappy. Oh, Teddy M. Oh my god. Dude, that's Hanzo logs, man. It's just getting value. I mean, that's the strength of the Hanzo, right? This is instant kills. Just spamming the corners, and honestly, just like it's a lot of pressure.
This is last fight territory now too for the side of the Zer0s, etc. Popping this overclock, trying to find Red Cactus. Won't quite find it. Another big Mayball, but he will find Red Cactus. Flawless has the lamp to stay alive. The Nano comes through on Nathan. He's trying to find a pick as Tanuki sitting on point in that cryo freeze. Guku is on Typhoon in the backline. As Flip-Flop finds Witherin, Nathan finds Tenium, Tanuki finds etc. This fight's still going on. A big sleep on Guku. Guku's out of this fight for now as the Nemesis formed by both their Matras, but it's just Nathan on this point as Flawless uses the Annihilation, Guku finding his. And the Gators taking map 1 Antarctic in a pretty one-sided fashion.
The Gators backline coming in insane on that last fight. Flip-Flop with 2, Guku with 2. Man, putting in the work. Pretty good showing too for the Gators here. Really good look.
Yeah, both teams are looking good, but the Gators, right? I think their comps have just been stronger, right? And I think again there is a ringer for the side of the Zer0s, so that could always change things. But we'll see if this changes anything as we head to a Zer0s map pick right after this map break. Welcome back, everybody. We are heading to Nimbani for our second map tonight with the Zer0s and the Gators. A few team composition changes. Frosty will be coming in for Witherin on the support line. Guku going in for etc. on the DPS line, as well as Bunny coming in as that kind of support specialist here for the Gators. So Naga, what do you want to see from these two teams here as we head into Numbani? What changes do you want to see made by the Zer0s, or do you think the Gators should change anything?
Well, I think the Zer0s are primarily a dive team anyway, so I think seeing the dive makes sense. Like Numbani come through makes sense, right? Yeah, we see Nathan on his, I would say his more signature monkey. Frosty, Typhoon on that Brig, well known that he really wanted to play Brig this season, so obviously he's seeing him on that character. He's really good at it. He's really proficient. Frosty, very good on a player. And technically, yeah, known for that kind of. I mean, technically, he's really.
I'm a little confused by the Zer0s choices personally. Because I think Witherin is more of an Ana player than Frosty, and Frosty kind of made more of a name for themselves playing that kind of Lucio.
Yeah. No, I feel like Frosty played Baptiste, yeah? Played a lot of Baptiste before, no?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. As we do head in here, we will see pretty matching comp, except technically on the Genji versus the Tedium Tracer, as well as Bunny giving that Mercy Pocket to Guku, and Red Cactus will be kind of solo in the air here for the side of the Zer0s. Again, we see that monkey poke pretty early as Red Cactus will get that kill. A nice beam. Flawless not quite able to get out in time, and Flip Flop didn't really have that angle to keep him up. So a good early pick for the side of the Zer0s, and a lot of ult charge for Nathan and Red Cactus here. So Flip Flop will find Paninii as she's on a rotation with Teddy.
Yeah.
But you know, we like fun. A big sleep on Guku as well. We'll keep and whoa! I'm so excited, Typhoon Brig! Big knockback onto Flawless as Guku in air. Red Cactus very low, still trying to find Flawless. Flawless will get that pick, but we'll pay for it with his life. Guku still in this backline, is in trouble with Panic Beast looking at him, but Guku's just kind of living right now. Paninii will eventually get that kill and make it back to his team. So Flip Flop and Teddy, you know, they signed up together, maybe doing a little bit of creative flanks, but here for fun, making it happen as we do see them lining up to go that way again. So
yeah, it's fun seeing the Echo nowadays. Echo kind of making her way back into the meta. Just really strong burst potential now.
Big dive by Flawless and Guku right now. They're trying to look for Typhoon. Can it be an ultra? He's right next to the Flip Flop, but doesn't see her. Turns around, now going back up, recognizes that the Ana's there alone as Paninii gets the dive on him. Guku and Flawless will fall. Paninii. As Guku will duplicate the Ana, looking for Typhoon. Gets a sleep on Paninii. Guku. Maybe in a little bit of trouble now. Paninii will stay alive thanks to Frosty and Typhoon, but duplicate will fall. Guku very low. Tedium as well. Forced to blink away. Very close to his pulse bomb. Can make something happen with it here. As we do have Nanoblade almost online for the side of the Zer0s, as they're having a very strong defense so far on Numbani first.
Yeah. I think Flip Flop's flanking has been it's been fun to watch. But it's kind of showing in the ult department. You're only 62 to Nano, so they might have to wait a little bit before they get a really clean fight in.
Yeah, we do see big boogers on Flawless there, as he will get healed up by the Ana. So that's another, you know, quick 10% there for Nano. But the Nano will come through on Nathan.
Frosty
will quickly blow up Flip Flop. So as well as a nice sleep on Tedium. So Tedium now out of the fight as well as Bunny. Flawless and Guku are alone. It's just Guku. Will they stagger? Nope. Typhoon does use the rally, which maybe didn't need to use. You know, they find Tedium at the start, they find Flip Flop at the start. Flawless was antied by Frosty. Frosty is doing amazing right now, by the way, on this Ana, so I'm sorry for maybe doubting him. It wasn't doubt, it was just confusion. As we do have a Primal and Valk, as well as Nano from Flip Flop coming up here, but they're going to have to face down the Dry Blade and Duplicate of Red Cactus and Paninii, still having this overhealth from the rally. Guku.
Flawless.
Here comes the blade. They're just targeting Flip Flop. Flip Flop dying very early. Flawless slept on point. Will get woken up by the Brig. Tedium will find Frosty though, so both Ana's out of this fight as Guku duplicates the Genji, looking for more. Red Cactus duplicating the Tracer, so now it's both duplicates fighting each other on this point. Paninii will find Tedium as Flawless finds Typhoon. It's just a back and forth fight so far. Bunny in trouble, is getting zoned out by
Oh.
Paninii, will get the kill. Flawless with the jump,
Flawless?
Gugu getting de-duped, as now Flawless,
Oh my god!
Shazam, the nano comes through on Gugu, but now Flip-Flop in trouble, is being dove by Nathan. It's just Nathan versus Flip-Flop and Gugu on this point. Gugu still has the nano, but he's getting low. Frosty gets the kill. Nathan is there. It's just Teddy M now, and the Zer0s will full hold Numbani first.
Nathan just, like, dude, he killed like everyone! And he didn't even have to use Primal until there was only Jamie left!
Yeah, really good job by the Zer0s. I think they're recognizing, hey, if we kill this Ana, who's kind of standing by themselves or going on weird flanks, right? They just killed Flip-Flop at the start of every single flight, so much so that she didn't even get to use a nano until it was overtime, and that was kind of like the desperation nano to keep Gugu alive. So very well done by the side of Zer0s. Very coordinated dives by Nathan and Paninii, and Red Cactus still doing so well to peel his own supports, as well as Frosty hitting insane sleeps, and Typhoon, of course, known for that brig. So Zer0s really a masterclass on defense, but we'll see how this may change on attack side, as it is still drawable for the side of the Gators, as we will see a Mercy Pocket Soldier, baby. That's my favorite thing in the game right now.
Yeah, it looks like the Gators are just gonna go full anti-dive. Diva, Torb, and then have a little bit of poke with that Mercy Pocket Soldier, but I mean, the Zer0s only need one take. Like, you'd imagine, surely we don't see a draw. Right?
I love Overwatch.
I mean,
miss it.
If you have
Nano
Blade as a win condition, like, there's
Or
no
Assault.
shot, right?
I mean, never say never, right? There technically could have been a Nano Blade for the Gators last point, so
I guess. Yeah.
as there is only one tick needed. As an immediate dive by Nathan, we will see a flank by Red Cactus, maybe looking for something. We'll get scout out. They know where he is, so it needs to be a little bit careful. Paninii still set up. They're looking for this big dive on this high ground as the Tracer.
No, protect the
but
turret.
Teddy M, first blood, they find Paninii.
Big
anti as well, and the Frosty and Typhoon forces them to back out. Now Red Cactus in a little bit of trouble, has to look for Mini. As well as this Torb just pelting out damage right now. There isn't really anyone who can deal with this Torbjorn at the moment, so Gugu doing a very good job at just kind of halting any and all aggression. Like you said, a very anti-dive comp as Nathan goes up, finally takes that high ground. Turning to look at Gugu, but the rest of his team not really able to make anything happen off of it just yet, as Nathan now jumping in. They want this Torbjorn, but Paninii is getting,
Oh, he lives!
a big sleep onto the Diva, but you're down 2 for the side of the Zer0s, and you know, we could see a draw. We could feasibly see a draw. Both DPS very low as Frosty will get antied, but Flawless still making out with his life, has the bomb. As
First
Gugu
ultimates, though. First ultimates though.
Yeah.
You got Nano on both sides here, so.
Red Cactus
there it
falling
is.
over the Hanzo, the Nano comes out, Nathan,
Oh
they
my
blow
God.
up Teddy
Oh
up.
my.
Flip-Flop will also fall. Typhoon finding Flawless, or sorry, Flawless finding Typhoon, but the bomb finds Frosty. That's
Wait.
so big as Gugu gets his hammer kill, and now it's again the Zer0s now in trouble. It's a 2 versus 3 on point after they had such a good dive. Nothing used except bomb by the side of the Gators. They don't even get that tick which they need.
Oh no. Oh no. And then they didn't even save Nano for like Nano Blade. Are they just gonna Dry Blade every single time?
I mean, it should be fine, right? I mean, the Nano was really good there. It was just unfortunate there wasn't enough follow-up, and the bomb from Flawless was pretty big, separated from the rest of the team. So, once again, this Gugu on this Torbjorn is being so annoying for the Zer0s. The anti-nade won't quite hit. It finds Flip-Flop, actually, so the Primal, as well as the Visor by Tedium, Nano Visor, the Brig is set up on point. They'll find Flip-Flop, the Valkyrie from Rinny Bunny. Teddy M looking for more. They find Frosty on the back of it. The core on point. Teddy M now zoned off, but Paninii with the blade only finds Teddy M. Typhoon will fall, and the res is there from Bunny. So you just have DPS ults versus Bomb now. In the last 60 seconds, Typhoon swapping over to the Kiriko, hoping maybe to just get a little bit more damage instead of Brig.
Yeah, we're like nearing last fight territory here. Oh,
There's
that's
two
really
more
low,
fights if they go fast, but this will probably be last with how slow the pace of play has been. The bomb
really bomb.
comes through. Oh, it finds two! It finds Frosty and Red Cactus. That's so big. Now the Gators are pouncing. They're looking for Nathan or Typhoon. Now it
Typhoon?
definitely is last fight territory as Typhoon is forced to teleport away. Really
No
well done
ultimate,
by
though. No
Flawless.
No ultimates for the Gators. So it's a big window here for the Zer0s. But they have to go.
Nathan diving on Flawless, separating them from their team as a big anti will keep
Okay.
the team alive. The
Big
Dragon's coming through on Guku, but they find Paninii! There's no blade! What a pick! Flawless will get slept, but he's not gonna be able to do more.
No
He jumps up,
shot.
he's trying to find flip-flop. The Guku will finally fall to Typhoon, but Flawless finds Frosty. There's no supports now for the side of the Zer0s. They're still fighting. Nathan gets anti. Paninii on the way back, but it's a full hold by both teams. And it's drop Bonnie, baby. Out of the way.
No. No. Not like this.
I mean, really good rotations and targeting from both teams here. Right, they knew Guku had that blade by the side of the Gators. They dove, they took advantage, they made it happen. So it will still once again be a Zer0s map pick as we head into Escort for our third map, but it is still just 1-0 for the side of the Gators. We will head quick to a map break. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone, to map 3 of Gators versus Zeros. Despite the score line that may be a little deceiving, we did just have a draw on Numbani. How are we feeling about the match so far? Honestly, looking obviously a lot closer than the first map was. So, what do you think? Maybe some changes or some differences that you want to see in playstyle come through for the different teams to maybe get that edge over the others?
I think both teams need to be aware of who is being the target of the dives, right? We do see so I'm sorry. As I will say, make sure that they know we're ready. Okay, thank you. We do see a couple full team kind of reorganizations by both teams, as we will see the Tanic B and Typhoon DPS line now for the Zeros, as I believe it is Witherin and Frosty will both be supporting this game, as well as now etc. Goku DPS line and Razmataz coming in. So, I'm kind of liking these swaps overall. I think the Zeros running this are gonna try to play kind of that more Pharah look, possibly, especially as Dorado, as Typhoon is on Genji. Never mind. But again, I'm pretty scared if I am the Zeros of that etc. hit scan, right? Very well known. You know, maybe Scrimbuck leaks here, but even on the escort maps that the Stonehenge Hogs were matching kind of that long range hit scan with of the Gators, it was still pretty close. So if etc. able to take advantage, you know, of these very long sight lines, specifically on second point here, as we see Flawless on Reinhardt. Or never mind. Okay, we see the full swap to Sombra and Winston.
Yep, much more meta comp here. Maybe instead of Sombra, you would usually see like a Tracer.
Ooh, a big hack on Typhoon.
Huge.
Forces him to deflect and dive out early, as we see early fights over this red rooftop, as Nathan getting dove on by Flawless and etc. a little bit there. We'll drop the bubble. Big
Oh my
purple.
god!
We'll find Flip Flop and Raz on the back of that. So really well done by Frosty. Once again, showing very good mechanical skills on this Ana, as Flawless falling a little bit low. We'll have to jump back to spawn, as Red Roof will stay under control of the Zeros so far.
Huge play from Frosty. I taught Frosty that from Zuki in the spectator chat. Yeah, big play is coming through.
A big dive by Flawless and etc. though in the background. They will find Frosty on the back of that. etc. forced to translocate away, as now Witherin trying to put a little pressure on Flawless as the counter dive goes through, but Typhoon anti now very, very low. They don't have that Ana, so he needs to be careful. Trying to run away as the dive comes through by Flawless. Won't quite find them, as Witherin will keep his team nice and healthy. But now he's in a little bit of trouble, as that Goku laser beam comes down, and now Goku will find Tanic B, in fact. Yeah. So the dive will continue. As Flawless will find Witherin, and now it's just kind of looking like the Zeros are getting kind of walked over a little bit, as the sleep on the Flawless will slow it down a little bit, but they do find Nathan and Frosty again. So the Gators taking full advantage of those early picks, slow staggering picks. If they can keep snowballing this, that's really good for them, as Goku trying to do just that, trying to play fully control these roofs, as etc. has EMP as well. As Tanic B,
oh my god,
etc. doing so well on the Sombra. Again, the Zeros need to be careful. They don't quite have that high ground control. It took a little while for that Ana to get up there, but now Tanic B swapping over on the Soldier, as we see almost full ultimates at the ready for the side of the Gators. Sorry, as my lights flicker if I cut out. That is why, as Goku will find Witherin, etc. finding Frosty. A big EMP by etc. there to really set that up, as Flawless going in on the dive. We'll find Tanic B. Typhoon is alone on cart right now, trying to contest Flip Flop and Razmataz, but that support duo is just too much for him and will fall. So again, Zero's very much so playing on the back feet right now. And etc. isn't even on that hit scan. He's just making it work with the Sombra. So really good on him so far.
Yeah, they really, the Zer0s I think need to just find time to stabilize.
Duplicate and Nano
they're
come
going
through.
in so
Google
fast.
immediately taking out of that duplicate form as Rally comes through by Withering, but he'll quickly pop.
my God.
Typhoon in the back with the blade finds Flip-Flop, finds Razmataz. That's all the support
Steven.
lines for both teams now out of this fight. Typhoon finds Goku as well. It's just Flawless now trying to find him as Nathan's there trying to protect his Genji as both of them falling very low. Again, no supports in this fight as Flawless will fall back to point control, but Typhoon with that Nano Blade from Frosty almost exclusively holding this cart right now is now again the rest of the Gators are now back. Goku's there, etc. is there. Paninii set up on this high ground trying to make something happen. Has Withering to protect him, but the dive comes through. They miss the whip shot as Typhoon finds Flip-Flop, but Flawless finds Paninii. Withering will find Goku as well, but Flawless finds Withering. So once again, very back and forth as Flawless will get slept. Nathan has that primal. They're trying to find Flawless now. Has the jump. Both Winston's dropping down that bubble, but Razmataz is still there, keeping her team nice and healthy. And the EMP by etc. finds Frosty. Frosty very, very low. Needs to get out of sight lines. The cart's still moving forward, though. A nice whip shot, and Flawless finds Typhoon. And so the cart will cap. It's still not done moving. The Gators are still walking forward. They're looking for Withering. Razmataz will establish that big differential. The anti-nade on Flawless will cause him to die to Paninii, however. But again, that's almost 4 minutes now. For the side of the Gators pushing his final point is etc. does get spotted. Will maybe live with his life. No, gets the hack off and will fall to Typhoon.
Yeah, these fights are like really scrappy, and it seems like Gators are just like maybe their focus fire, their communication is just a little bit better, and just coming out on top on these really scrappy fights. Just all the chaos.
We do see etc. swapping over onto that soldier, so we will see that hit scan. In fact, Soldier very strong right now, as we do see the Gators opting to play up for this high ground. As Frosty finds Goku, that's a very good pick for the side of the Zer0s. As now the dive onto Typhoon by Flawless. The anti on Paninii will cause him to fall. Razmataz cleaning up that kill. Pretty much finding it alone on this top, as Flawless will now drop. Flawless gets antied by Frosty very, very low. Withering will get that kill, as now Razmataz looking for Nathan. She's alone up here. Has Flip-Flop helping? They have the Nano if they need it, but I think they will opt to just fall back here, as they might bait Nathan a little bit too far here, as him and Typhoon do decide to fall back a little bit, play it safe, as they will stay set up on this high ground. Nano onto Flawless does come through. He will get slept instantly as a big dive. So Flawless still now in this fight, though. The duplication of Goku comes through. He chooses the Ana. The blade comes through. Typhoon finds Raz. 3 are already dead, though. Paninii, Withering, and Frosty all out of this fight. Typhoon will get put down by etc. So now high ground is fully in control of the side of the Gators as they start pushing this cart forward. Flawless still has that primal if he needs it. Is on that cart. They're only down the brig right now as Raz making her way back. So it is going to be a 4 versus 5 right now if the Zer0s decide to collapse, but Verse goes through. Typhoon with a big anti-Withering, so low. Will stay alive though. The Nano is popped by Paninii, or sorry, not the Nano, the Visor. Nathan as well with the primal. Typhoon with a good deflect kill on etc. Paninii cleaning it up, finds Flawless. So again, pretty much all the ults having to be used by the side of the Zer0s there to regain control, but this is a very good push for the Gators still. They have their Visor, they have their Rally, they have their primals, etc. Getting zoned a little bit by Typhoon, but shouldn't fall. Typhoon needs to be a little bit careful. Frosty can't see him where he's playing.
Yeah, but they've held for, I mean, there's only a minute and a half left, a little under that. Like, they've been doing pretty good. Ultimate.
The dive from Flawless does come through. Has to pop the primal, but already knocked down. They're on top of Paninii. The big sleep, though, the rally comes through by Razmataz, as well as the Visor and the primal. Nathan in a lot of trouble. Will have to jump out, but now you're in a small room with this rally going off. They'll find Withering going a little bit too far. Typhoon as well in a little bit of trouble. Needs to get out. The big anti by Frosty, but now Frosty will fall. Typhoon finds Razmataz. It's 4 versus 3 right now. Typhoon very low. Will get picked off by Flawless. Now the fight's on the point. There's 3 there. Nathan finally makes his way back, but Paninii will fall at the start. The Kiriko teleport by Withering isn't quite enough, and it looks like the Gators maybe as Nathan finds the center. The bubbles come through. Flawless in a little bit of trouble. The recall by Goku keeping him nice and healthy here. Nathan does get anti. That's really big if they're able to follow up on this. The Nano onto Flawless. Nathan finds Goku, so now there's no pulse bomb. Nathan's still alive. All his teammates are now back. This is definitely winnable for the side of
big
Zer0s as
sweep.
Tanicby gets slept. Flip-flop trying to keep her team alive. Has a big
anti, oh
anti-nade.
my.
The Typhoon has the blade. Finds one. Looking for Raz. Finds two. What fantastic stall by Nathan. Popping the primal. Looking for etc. Etc. is so low. But Nathan needs to be careful. Falling so low. Typhoon is there though. They find the pick. They pop the nano just to keep Nathan alive. But now the Flawless has the counter dive. The pulse bomb. Won't find anything. Tanicby finds Flawless. And the Gators stopped just short 4 meters away here on Dorado.
Oh, so close there. Goku almost. So Goku tried to sneak the point in there at the very end. Made an hope. Was like hoping they'd make enough space, forcing the team to come. And they actually got a ton of picks, but they end up losing. I think they lost the Brig Raz. I think just one pick, and then ended up just snowballing the rest of the fights because they just were down numbers. But super close. Really clutch stall by Nathan there in the end on Monkey.
Yeah.
Crazy plays.
Of course, it doesn't matter though unless you're able to push further. So
True.
it's gonna be up to the Zer0s to really adapt here, get the same level of picks and aggression, as we will see a very aggressive dive comp from them early, however, as we will see etc. opting to stick on that soldier as well in a more defensive than aggressive hold. As Goku yet to select a character, we might not see the Echo since he did have the Mercy before. We see the Reaper, so they're deciding that Nathan has been a problem so far on this Monkey, opting to go the Reaper. Never mind, going on the Torb instead. Again, still very strong at protecting the backline, right? You have a Torb turret, a Torbjorn himself, as well as a Brig now protecting the Ana. So Flawless can play a little, pretty aggressive, and it's gonna be very tough for Nathan and Typhoon to get value here on these dive characters.
Yeah. Tanicby might have a bit of annoyance too with that turret, but looks like the turret should get broken pretty easily here.
That turret will pretty quickly break as there is early roof control here for the side of the Zer0s. As a big dive, Typhoon gets antied immediately, forces out the Suzu, and Nathan will just get blown up in that back line. Like we said, this is such a hard composition to dive. And Frosty was trying to heal up Typhoon there after a really big purple by flip-flop, so Flawless now set up on red roof, dropping on Typhoon, will force him to dash out as Nathan as well, trying to find picks. Tanicby with the hack onto Gugu, but Gugu just doesn't care. He's still just poking down main, and at full health, in fact.
Yep, nice anti coming through. Completely stops the push in his tracks, and gonna have to reset here.
Another dive from Nathan, and the Suzu there to help him, but again, there's just so much pressure on him. He has to drop immediately. The sleep dart is used by Flip-Flop. Won't find anything. As the Flawless finding Typhoon. Typhoon getting a little too greedy there in that turret. The Bionade comes through. Doesn't find anything by the side of the Frosty. The card is still moving, though. It will almost get under this first little bridge. But Typhoon swaps over to the Pharah. Decides he can't do more. The sleep on a Nathan. Nathan now in a lot of trouble. Looking for etc. etc. It's so low, but the bubble's there to protect him from the Pharah. Tanicby not up there yet, so the turret will fall. Tanicby falling so low, as well as Typhoon needs to be careful, needs to respect that soldier. It's a big anti on a Flawless now. Flawless has to play safe, but Nathan forced to fall back as well. His supports are getting pressured so well by Goku and etc. Card's just not moving anymore. The nano onto Typhoon, he's looking for Goku, will find it. The visor in response by etc. falling half HP. So Typhoon will find flip-flop as well, so really big nano there, finding 2 key picks as etc. We'll take him out of the sky. Flawless as well, anti now on point. Pops a primal while he was asleep. I don't know if anyone saw that.
Oh yeah.
We'll force the primal out of Nathan himself, but the EMP is massive. We'll find 3. They'll get Raz on the top of it. They might find Flawless and etc. as well. Etc. falling very low. They will. Really well done by Tanicby. Big EMP to secure them this fight. As now we head over on the second, but importantly, there aren't really that many stagger picks here. Tanicby swaps over on the Pharah, or sorry, onto the Hanzo here, but high ground controls should still be in the side of the Gators, as they're trying to get Typhoon out of the sky.
Yeah, big swaps coming in here for the Zer0s though. Noticing a bit of a weakness in the Gators comp with Typhoon going onto the far and getting some nice value out of it, especially getting nano.
Ooh, a big dive, the nano, but Typhoon does find Gugu, so won't get too much out of that comp, but The Nano onto
big.
Flawless. We'll find Frosty and Witherin had to dive back to help his Winston, but etc. Finding all of them first. Nathan now forced to jump away. So, good response by the side of the Gators. They're looking very coordinated in all their team fights so far.
Yeah, and Google swaps over to the Echo to help with that far a bit more. It's a kind of a soft counter because of the burst damage you can do with like the bubble, the boogers and the beams. So good ultimate.
We do see the dive coming through by Nathan and Witherin. They're trying to take this fight. The rally is popped by Razmataz to keep her team alive. As Goku is just zoning out Typhoon completely right now. Flawless is on point. Coming back to Peel as Nathan getting stunned up, locked up, needs to get out. Typhoon will fall through that hyper beam by Goku. Suzu is forced by Witherin. They're trying to find Flawless here. Can they do it? He does have the primal if he needs. So Zer0s once again forced to back up, play safe here. As there is a visor and primal still for the side of the Gators.
Yeah, the Zer0s are starting to come up on some ultimates, but the Gators have been cycling their ultimates really
the
well.
dive from Flawless once again, trying to find Witherin or Tanic
He's really low.
But he pops the primal, will stay alive at half HP. Nathan, meanwhile, trying to peel half HP as well. Typhoon not getting healed, still in the air, looking for it. Has that barrage. They're probably trying to find flip-flop, 76% to an ult. They will nano Typhoon. They're looking for it. They look for etc. The nano barrage finds flip-flop. Etc. will fall after the dive by Nathan. Big anti on a Flawless as well. In point, if Frosty and Tanic can find this pick, but Goku on his own as well, looking for his own. Frosty will fall. Goku very low. Raz very low. Raz will fall to Nathan. Flawless in the background, looking for Witherin. Witherin will fall. So now both supports out for the Zer0s as Tanic cleans up Goku and Flawless. So the cart will be able to keep moving, but they won't have a support for a little while here as the spawns do favor. But Tanic big pick on etc. And they should be able to cap here.
Oh, well, Flawless is on the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, just missed.
Typhoon very low. We'll have to go for that mega. He's getting zoned out very well right now by Flawless, but will get out with his life. Flip-flop now has that nano, very important as the dive by Nathan coming through. Probably a good thing he missed there since he was getting burned down so fast, but Typhoon finds flip-flop. That's no nano in this fight. Tanic finds etc. That's so good. Those are very big picks. The cart's still moving by Witherin and Frosty. The Rascals etc. The dragons come through. They want to find this Mercy, but not quite able to find them as Tanic is still there. Goku is swapping over to the Ana to stay alive with the dive from Nathan as Flawless now swapped over onto this Diva. The far up poke still coming through. Zones out Razmataz and etc. But now Typhoon going on a big dive onto Tanic. Tanic should fall here. Will dash away. Will get healed up. The nano onto Goku though. They're looking for it. If Tanic falls, well, Frosty in fact is the first one to fall, and then Tanic. Cart's still moving though. There's still a fight going on. As Nathan will try to run away, we'll fall to those micro missiles. The card is very close to getting those 81 meters, only about 11 meters away. As we do see, again, the Witherin on that swap to Kiriko. Or, sorry, the Witherin has been on Kiriko, hasn't he? The swap to Sombra by Tanic. I noticed something changed.
Yeah, and this is probably just like, okay, we need one more fight, right, to get this point to cap. So maybe just like, okay, we just build one EMP, we try to win that fight, go max investment.
Nano
never mind, they're just nanoing.
Typhoon. They're looking for Goku. Goku very low, so etc. etc. will fall. That's both DPS now out of the fight by the Gators. The hack won't land on Flawless as Flawless will get that push damage. The Valk is bought by Raz, keeping her team alive, but Flip-Flop now falling. They find Typhoon though, that's a really big pick, but just a Diva and the Mercy. If she gets this res, that's insane. Raz gets that res on a Flip-Flop, so Flip-Flop now back in the fight. The bomb is forced. We'll find Witherin! And now Nathan getting burned down has to use the primal. It's only a 5 versus 2 in this fight after the first initial picks were on the side of the Gators. Or, sorry, on the side of the Zer0s.
Okay, but you're coming up on EMP Barrage, though. This combo could be huge. It could win you the map, but you've got to execute it very well.
But it's last fight territory. There's Duplicate and Visor as well for the side of the Gators. It really comes down to if this Barrage is able to find anything. And if, I guess which supports die first.
He's lurking. He's looming. Do they know? Surely they know, right?
Early pressure on etc. is very good. He has to pop the visor. Witherin will stay alive as the bubble comes through, but Nathan very low. Needs to be careful. Frosty is picked. There's no Ana. The EMP comes through, but no one's ready. Everyone's low. Typhoon finds one. Nathan finds the other, but Flawless finds Typhoon. It's just Nathan and Witherin on this point as the duplicate comes through. Guku is that Pharah, but Nathan will find Flip-Flop, but it's just him against a Pharah and a Diva. Winston does not win that, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like the Gators taking the second map in this series 2-0 as we head into our push as their last map choice. Well, potential last map choice.
Wow. That was something.
Yeah, I don't think well, the picks were so good on the Frosty early, right? So the rest of the Zer0s just weren't ready for that EMP, so they weren't able to make it happen there. The EMP was so big, but then Typhoon was forced to kind of play out of position to get that barrage. Wasn't able to get much more value other than one pick. So very well done by the Gators on, again, finding that first all-important pick on the Ana. So we will head into a quick map break as the pushing map is being chosen by the Zer0s. Don't go anywhere as this is still a very close series despite being 2-0. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. This is map 4 of our series between the Zer0s and the Gators, as we will be heading to Esperanza. Listen, one of those was right. We will have, once again, complete team swap here for the Gators, as the Zer0s, like what they were cooking last map, will come in with the same thing, as we see Guku tank likes that wrecking ball, so we'll probably see that, as we will see TeddyM and Flawless now in the DPS line, and Flip Flop and Raz staying in. So I am a big Flawless DPS super fan, for the record. I want everyone to know that. I also like Goku tank. I know Goku himself may not like Goku tank that much, but I think it's pretty good. So we'll see what they run here as we see very aggressive comps from both teams. Other than the Hanzo by Paninii, looking for those picks.
This Junker Queen could be really strong into what the Zer0s are wanting to play. It's just so much sustain. They're playing the Houston Outlaws comp, which is
The who? Sorry.
something that the Penguinos have also been experimenting with. And it's I will say this is like the Overwatch 2 version of the zombie comp, right? Like just never dies.
Typhoon with a big hack on a Raz. Raz very low, has to fade away, but Goku's there with a nice peel as Teddy will actually be the first person to find blood on Paninii, so no Hanzo in this fight. Wither and Frosty very low as well. After a great dive, Typhoon will eventually find flip-flop, but kill feed much in favor of the Zer0s as Typhoon, once again looking for more, but Nathan is now out of the fight as explosive start by the Gators.
Yeah, and you look at the Gators comp, it's like, if you're Nathan, like, who do you go on here? You know, like,
yeah.
It's so miserable to, like, look at that comp and be like, alright, well, if I go on the Queen, I get knifed. Everyone else just, like, goes away. So, we'll see how they adapt to this.
Yeah, early, will actually flip-flop, forcing the translocate by Typhoon. Hitting a nice headshot there, as Frosty will now get hacked up by Flawless here in the backline. Needs to be careful.
Frosty fades.
Flip-flop falling very, very low as Typhoon now taking that pseudo high ground, looking for Raz. Both mortars traded out of this fight early as Goku getting so close to that Junker Queen ult. This could be a game changer here. Will send it, finding Paninii only, but if they're able to get that, that's big. But Nathan on the counter dive finds Flawless, so now kill feed once again favoring the side of the Zer0s instead, as Goku will find Wither in. But Typhoon finds flip-flop and Teddy on the back end. It's just now Goku fighting on this point alone. Might be able to find Nathan here if Nathan's not careful, but has that primal just in case, and will get the kill onto Goku. So right now the Sombras both doing incredible work for each respective team. And Goku, again, Junker Queen is good.
Junker Queen is good. Maybe like he
Flawless has EMP very soon. He's set up.
Typhoon has
damage orbs coming through by the mortars. Typhoon falls to half HP. The dive comes through. Flawless is on Wither, and Wither in trouble. Has to pop the Suzu. Will stay alive though. The translocate comes through by Flawless as Typhoon and Paninii both falling very low.
Oh, here it comes. Oh my god, it's
huge. So big. It finds 4. Frosty and Wither are the first to follow. Paninii and Nathan soon follow. Flawless, one incredible EMP.
Big timing. Saw that Typhoon had a translocate out there, knew that he had the advantage, and just sent it, and it hits 4, and they just explode. Oh my god, that was crazy. 5 ultimates though coming up for the Zer0s, so, and you should be able to get here before they get checkpoint.
I think they might give.
Maybe?
Nathan does use his jump early, but he will have to give it here.
Yeah.
As the EMP on their own, but they didn't coordinate the dive. They find Raz and Goku, but Nathan is diving the other DPS. Oh, that's disastrous for the Zer0s as Frosty and Paninii pay for it. Teddy with a nice pulse bomb, and then finding Frosty, Wither, and Typhoon will then also fall. That's so disastrous for them. Now that their EMP has been wasted, kind of just negating that ult as a whole. As once again now, 6.5 minutes still as Butt Scratch is already confirmed for the side of the Gators.
Yeah, this is really rough too, especially with how Esperanza is set up. You know, you have to fight through 2 high grounds, especially after you lose the checkpoint and the enemy team gets more pushed like this. It's gonna be really difficult.
Whole lessons does come through. They're looking for Typhoon. The dive by Nathan on top, try to find Flip Flop. We'll find her. Razmataz will also fall to Nathan, but they will find Paninii on the back foot. Goku falling very low, but we'll have this ult here soon. Gets the grievous wounds onto Nathan to heal up a little bit, but Teddy will fall. Goku also falling, and the bot is taken by Typhoon. He's just taking it for a little walk here. It's Flawless. Once again, coming very close to that EMP.
You gotta get your daily League of Legends bit in.
Wait, what?
The grievous wounds.
No, that's what it's called.
I know, but it's like a League of... is it? I don't know.
I thought so.
I knew it was like wounds or something, but
The hack onto Frosty. Frosty now in trouble in that gate. Is hacked up. Flawless looking for him. Won't quite find him as the fade does come through. But Teddy and the Primal, sorry, the Primal by Nathan. Looking for more. Flip-flop falling very low, but now Nathan in trouble as he's knocking around everybody. The shout by Gugu keeps his team healthy. Very good shout by him. Still has that Queen ult too. If he pops it here, it could be very big. Gugu finds Frosty. There's no Moira in this fight as Nathan looking for Flip-flop. She has the Suzu, will stay alive as Typhoon is there. Never mind, doesn't stay alive. But Flawless has EMP. Gugu finds Tanikby. It's still fight in favor of the Gators as Flawless finds Wither, and there's now no supports for the side of the Zer0s still. And the Zer0s, they need to, realistically, they just need to protect their supports more as Frosty and Wither seems to be the first picks every single round here as Flawless is traded out for Nathan, which is really good. There shouldn't be an EMP for a little while, but Prio spawn makes it so he will be here.
That was really funny at the end there. I don't know if you saw that, but you just saw Flawless just like throw his translocator at Nathan at the end of the fight. Nathan just looks at it and just destroys and kills Flawless. bit of silliness coming through for the Gators, but they're looking in a really strong position. EMP again for both teams could be big.
Yeah, Panicby is hacked up, not able to blink away now, in a lot of trouble. The EMP, 5-man EMP by Typhoon. Once again, not quite right there, but they find two. Flawless and Teddy on both falling out. Flawless uses his EMP as well as Gugu with a big Junker Queen ult. Flip-flop finding two. It's a 3v3 now on point. Panicby looking for Raz. Raz very low, though he will find her with Witherin throwing out that kunai. Now Gugu pretty much alone on this point with Flip-flop as Typhoon will fall, Witherin will fall. So it does go in favor of the Gators here as there's still now 3 on this point and they have those advanced spawns, so the rest will be there soon.
Oh, it's so close. Oh man, the EMP was
I need to see changes by the side of the Zer0s. I think the Monkey is good on the dives, but the Junker Queen's just walking you over so much that's so tough. And then when it's the Queen versus Monkey Mirror, it's so hard to make that happen.
There's so much sustain
We do see a hack on Flip-flop as she falls below, but Typhoon forced to translocate away. As
technically,
Razmataz finds Typhoon. Typhoon maybe in trouble here as Raz fighting him. Typhoon will fall. Raz with a nice kill there. Gugu will find Frosty as this bot's still walking. 3 minutes left on the clock. Not showing any signs of stopping anytime soon here as it crosses the last corner here on Esperanza.
Hey, we've seen the Hedgehogs pull things off like this. Surely, it's possible. It's doable. We've seen it before.
It's winnable. It's always winnable. Gugu walking forward. A big hack by Flawless, but Witherin pops the gate as well as Flip-flop here. Witherin will be the first one to fall after a nice coalescence by Razmataz, as well as Gugu finding Frosty there. Flip-flop staying nice and healthy.
Those supports.
Yeah. The pulse bomb comes through on Gugu, but we'll say healthy. Nathan forced to primal, still half HP. Bot's still walking. There's still all the Gators alive. It's Typhoon very low. Has that EMP. If he can make it happen, it has to be here. The pulse bomb is used by Teddy M. Won't find anything. It's up to Typhoon here. He's looking.
Wait.
Well, everybody, that was the last map of the day. It will be a 3-0 win for the Gators. Very unfortunate ending, to be honest, but you know, I think a lot of the maps were a lot closer, and we have seen, I think, our first draw this season. But again, Gators looking much better than their week 1 showing here with a 3-0 map win against the Zer0s, who won their own maps 3-0 respectively. So, yeah, match MVP. Who are we thinking?
This is kind of tough because everyone played really well on the Gators.
Are we allowed to give it to a captain? I think we should give it to Flawless.
I was gonna say so too.
I think
the flexibility is kind of crazy. If not Flawless, Gugu, I feel like.
I would agree. I think both of them played very well, played different roles. I mean, Gugu, of course, playing all 3 roles. But I do think Flawless, his tank in the first 2 maps were just better. And then, of course, coming here on the DPS, giving Typhoon a run for his money on that Sombra, having those really big EMPs, right? I feel like I was saying his name a lot. So I personally think Flawless. We can do Gugu, though, if that's what other people would like.
Yes. Why did I?
Hi. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Match MVP.
Oh, really? All right. All right.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
sound
How
surprised.
are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just glad that the Gators got their win today. So,
Yeah,
Big dubs.
you guys looked very very strong out there.
oh
Again,
yeah,
you quote unquote 3-0'd, right? Of course there was a draw, right? But a
yeah,
very good defense on Numbani, one may
yeah.
say. But 3-0'd a team that did 3-0 in week 1. So, probably feels a lot better than you guys also getting 3-0'd in week 1. So
Oh
really
yeah,
coming back, flipping the tables. Um
yeah.
so, I have a few questions. I don't know if Naga has very many, but my first question is, we saw a lot of comps by you guys today.
Yeah.
Is that all stuff that you guys been? Do you have a different comp already planned for every map, or are you going in just kind of saying, "Hey, let's try this"?
So I'll give the reins to Guku a little bit. Me and Guku cook with compositions that we just like pull out. We realize that our team is kind of flexible on what we can play and our like different rosters that we can field. So we've been cooking in scrims and stuff like that, and it's been nice, especially because Guku is flexible enough to play many different roles. So we use him for that. And then also I can play many different roles. So it's nice to just have players that are very, very flexible in order for us to fill like different roles that are like needed. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are definitely showing that, right? I think even when you guys were doing your rotations, doing people on different roles, there was no clear quote unquote weakness, right?
Yeah.
I think everyone was definitely playing to the potential of someone you would expect to be that main role player on that role, right?
Yeah.
So, again, overall, just absolutely congratulations. You guys had a really, really good showing.
Of course.
Let's talk about. I'm trying to think of something else we can talk about here. Well, let's talk. Let's you know what I want to know about Gator Gang, right?
Ooh.
So you were so to anyone who may not know this, right? You were not actually there draft night. Your entire
No.
draft was pretty much done by someone else.
Yes.
That you basically had some notes scribbled down.
Oh
Your
yeah.
manic writings, right? Um,
The red
Yep.
lines.
yeah.
Yep.
So are you really happy with your team comp? Are you happy with the players you got? Are you like you can talk more about like the Gator Gang as an idea, as a
Yeah.
symbol, right? Let's
Yeah. I think honestly a lot of people underrate our team. I feel like there's a lot of like unknowns that our team was going into this season. One, even though played last season, I was on, I was kind of on the lower half of the teams and I didn't get my chance to actually like, have a good position in the league. But
Hey man,
during
your
the
flex support was awesome. That's all I gotta say.
when back when I was playing the flex support, it's fun because I've been able to play every single role now in the league, and it's been a blast so far. But um, I am really really confident in our team, especially during draft night. I was a little bit worried, given I wasn't able to be the one drafting, so I was a little worried on what would happen because I was at an epic rap battles of history concert.
Holy
Whoa,
moly.
whoa.
Yeah. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to brag, but it was
Where
Hey,
pretty
was
it
my
hype.
sounds like
invite?
a
Where was
brag
my
to me
invite?
and a rightful.
It is a rightful brag because it was a lot of fun, but I was in the middle of the line and I had the person that was scouting for me, Corey, messaging me like, okay, I need this. What do I do here? What do I do here? So I was giving him as much intel as I could. It was pretty funny. I'll also give the reins to Flip Flop as well for helping me out on picking some things because yeah. But honestly, I think our team is pretty solid. I think one thing that's going for our team is that our team isn't like top heavy where we have like one player that just stands out from the rest or like two players that stand out from the rest. It feels like we're all about the same level and we're able to get stronger as like the league progresses. So
Yeah. Well, awesome. Naga, do you have any other questions? Otherwise, we can send it to El Clasico.
No, you guys looked really good. My personal congrats on the win,
mhm.
but yeah, if you, Mr. Flawless, could pick anyone else on your team to be MVP besides you, who would you pick?
Honestly, I'd probably give it to Guku. His flexibility helps out our team a lot, and his comms help out a lot. So I'd give it to Guku. He also helped me cook before the match. So yeah, but also hashtag Gator Game.
Yippee!
Woohoo!
All right. Well, with that, everybody, thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed this format banger. Once again, congratulations to both teams, Gators and Zer0s. That is officially the end of all week 2 matches, as we have already started our week 3 matches. But
Don't forget to do
we
your
will see.
Preds.
Yeah,
Go
don't
get your
forget to do your Preds.
Preds.
Oh, by the way, sorry, one more thing. How does it feel? I have one more question. I know it's illegal to do it after El Clasico. How does it feel to successfully boom every single Predator this week, as your team was, I think, what, 16-0 voted against you guys? Yeah,
You got a little bit
that
of blood
probably
in
feels
you.
pretty good.
Oh, it feels pretty good. Like I said, we're really underrated. I feel like people just give us shit for no reason, but
You guys are cracked.
All
yeah.
right. Well, anyway,
Congrats.
so everybody, thank you for being here. Again, what a series. GG's to both teams that played today. I've been Flambo. I don't know my own name. There's Nagaina on the colored cast, as well as Paninii on the prod. Make sure you say thank you to them. They don't have to do this, and I pulled them both in today. So, everybody have a safe night. Have a good night. We'll see you guys again very, very soon, as we will go into our week 3 matches with more tomorrow. Good night.